Hello voters, welcome to the orientation session on student ranking interface, which is one of the most important interfaces throughout your academic journey in LPU. Now, what are the objectives of this session? Well, the session is to acquaint you with the student ranking interface, to tell you about this interface, to inform you about the assessment criteria, how ranks are going to be calculated and evaluated, and what are the applications of being ranked. Self-assessment. Ever heard about this term? I'm damn sure you must have. This is quite a popular term. Why? Because this is a pathway to achieve success. How success? Because self-assessment keeps you focused. When you are focused, you are able to identify your strengths. When you know your strengths, you create opportunities for yourself. When you create opportunities and when you are able to identify opportunities, you care for your goal. You keep yourself focused on your goals. When you're focused on your goals, you're ready to embrace challenges. When you're ready to embrace challenges, you stay positive. And when you are positive, you strive for excellence. When you strive for excellence, all you get is success. So, self-assessment, a pathway to achieve success. To help you in self-assessment, we are introducing our student ranking interface. This is a dashboard which will reflect your progress, and that reflection is going to help you and assist you in self-assessment. Now, what is a student rank? Student rank is a mathematical summary or a measure to compare your performance with the performance of your counterparts or your fellow students. It's a summary which will speak for your excellence in academics, your excellence in the related fields, your excellence in other trainings, and your level of competence. So, overall, it's going to be a signal of your quality and your expected ability. Now, what are the merits of being ranked? Many merits, many benefits are associated with it, and I've shortlisted 4 for you, which are most important and actually discussion worthy. The very first one is your career pathway. Ranks are treated as screening tool in many placement drives and interviews. Now, why? Because they mark a proxy for your skills and competence. When a student has a strong rank, he or she is considered to be an asset for the job market. Second is merit recognition. When you have high student ranking in one specific field, when there is a great profile for your rewards, your academic excellence, it strives you to do your best. Next is your strengths and the weaknesses identification. When you have a student rank, you know that where you need to work more. Last but not the least, it helps you in personal development. It can be treated as a personal development tool because if you strive for higher ranking, obviously you promote personal growth. How? Because you keep yourself disciplined. You manage your time and you have strong work ethics. So these are the merits associated with being ranked. Let's comprehend your level of achievement. There are 3 categories in student ranking in LPU. There are 3 ranks we can say. The first one is, which is highest, Dean's List. In this, the top 10% achievers of the section are taken. For 11 to 50%, the S1 rank is bestowed, and for 50% or above, the rank is S2. There are certain evaluation markers to count this rank. Total, there are 7, which are academic profile, PEP and ELQ score, PEP programming score, PEP domain score, communication, skill set, and research. There are total 7 evaluation markers, which are academic profile, PEP ELQ score, PEP programming score, PEP domain score, communication, skill set, and research. But not all are applicable in all the domains. They are domain specific. So therefore, their applicability varies from school to school. Let's discuss the first set of schools. Schools of CSE, SEEE, and computer applications. There are 6 parameters which contribute into student ranking. The very first parameter is academic profile, which takes 10%. PEP and ELQ score 20%. PEP programming scores weightage is 30%. PEP domain scores weightage is 10%. Skill sets weightage is 20% and research weightage is 10%. The academic profile, which has 10% of the weightage in your student ranking, considers your percentage in 10th, percentage in 12th grade or any diploma that you have done instead of 12th, and your percentage in graduation or current degree if you are pursuing masters. The second marker is PEP and ELQ score, whose weightage is 20%. In this, your score in the subjects of PEL, PEA, PEV and PES is considered. Second, your score in MCAT, CoCubes and eLitmus incalculated are considered. Next, your soft skills mock interview score is considered. And last but not the least, your score or your levels achieved in Hit Bullseye, Examly and MyPerfecties are considered to give you score out of 20 for your PEP and ELQ. The third marker is PEP programming score, which takes a big share of 30%. In this, your MCAT automata fix is calculated, MCAT programming is counted, CoCubes coding and eLitmus coding's best percentage scores are counted. The fourth marker is PEP domain score and its weightage is 10%. In this, MCAT domain score is counted, CoCubes domain score is counted and eLitmus best average score is counted. Next is, which is the fifth skill set, and its percentage is 20%. In this, you can upload any globally recognized industry certificate. You can upload any MOOC certificate if you have taken any summer, winter or other training that you attended and you got a certificate for that. Any live project you did and you have a certificate for that. Maybe you participated or you volunteered or maybe you won any competition, any event, any seminar, any symposium, any hackathon. You can update and upload that certificate. And last but not the least, if you have cracked any competitive exam, you can upload that in skill set. Last but not the least, sixth, which is research. If you have written any research paper, you have any patent, or maybe you have received any research grant, for that you are given score out of 10. So this was about CSE, SEEE and computer applications schools. So remember, there are total 6 markers: academic profile, PEP and ELQ score, PEP programming score, PEP domain score, skill set, research. You can consider them as the pillars to your student ranking. Okay? So next is your assessment parameters for engineering. There are total 5 parameters. Academic profile 10%. The specifics are same. Your PEP ELQ score, the percentage is 30% this time. PEP programming and domain score, the weightage is 20% for engineering student. Skill set weightage is 30% and research weightage is 10%. PEP and ELQ score considers your average score in PEL, PEA, PEV and PES subjects. Your score in MCAT, CoCubes, your score in the soft skill mock interview, your score in Hit Bullseye, Examly, MyPerfecties level. The third pillar is PEP programming and domain score. The percentage is 20%, in which your MCAT score in your domain is counted, CoCubes score in your domain is counted, and then MCAT programming percentage is counted. Your score in CoCubes coding is counted. Fourth, skill set, 30%. The specifics are same. If you have all these certificates, you can upload them in your skill set interface. Last but not the least, research. Again, 3 specifics are there: research paper, patent, and any research grant. And if you have any one of them or all of them, you are given 10% or marks out of 10. Next one, assessment parameters for MBA or business students. There are total 5 markers: academic profile, 10%, PEP and ELQ score, which is higher than the others, that is 30%, communication, which 20%, skill set 30%, and research 10%. Academic profile, again your percentage in 10th is counted, your percentage in 12th or any diploma that you have done instead of that is counted, your percentage in your current degree is counted. Second marker is PEP and ELQ score, and you are given marks out of 30. So your subject score of PEL, PEA, PEV and PES are counted, average percentage are taken. Your MCAT score, CoCube score, Hit Bullseye, Examly and My Perfectist levels achieved are counted. Third one is communication. For communication, there is a soft skill mock interview at the end of every semester. For that, you will be given marks out of 20. Your skill set, if you have any globally recognized industry certification, any social certification, any MOOC certificate, any summer or winter training certification, any live project, any competition certification, or if you have cracked any competitive exam, you are given marks out of 30. For research, if you have a research paper, patent, research grant, you are given marks out of 10. Last but not the least, we have the School of Hotel Management and other domains. There are just 4 specifics, 4 parameters. The first one is academic profile. The specifics are same. For PEP and ELQ score, you will be given marks out of 30. The other specifics are same, just one new is added, that is LPU OAS overall level achieved. Well, LPU OAS level achieved is actually a level test. It's a test series which is biannual. It is actually taken twice a year and conducted by CPE. So it is mandatory for you to crack these levels also and to clear these levels. Next is skill set. A lion's share, that is 50% weightage, is given to the skill set. Research, the specifics are same. So these are the glimpse of dashboard. That's how the profile of a student who is given Dean's List rank is counted or looks like. This is the profile. The first one in your profile, your previous qualification is shown. Then your credited PEP courses score is shown, as you can see, your second marker. Then the third marker, your score in non-credited PEP assessments. Diagnostic assessment test, if you remember, you have to do a diagnostic assessment test, you have to take it. Then the score in that test is counted. The personality test that you have to take before every semester is counted. And this is a summary of the performance at practice platform. This particular student has cracked 5 levels of OAS leveled series. Then how many campus drives you have attended. And last but not the least, the skill set summary. Well, this student has taken an internship of 6 months, which is mentioned over there. Now let us talk about skill set summary. Skill set is actually a combination of knowledge, personal qualities and abilities. It's a person's range of skills and abilities, in other words. So what is the importance of this interface? The skill set interface is one of the most important components of the student rank. If you remember that in CSE and in engineering, this set takes 20%, in MBA it takes 30%, and in hotel management it takes 50% of the weightage. So which means that it is one of the most important and common components among all the domains. Why it is so important? Because it has additional perks and values associated with it. It also aids in skill filtration required for specific drives. Now, how would you convey your skill set? How would we know that you have this particular skill set? Well, the answer is skill set interface, which we have provided you in your UMS. You just have to log into UMS, click on UMS navigation, then go to Learning Management System (LMS), and in that a drop-down menu will appear in which one of the options is skill set. The pathway looks like this, and that's what the pathway is. When you click on skill set interface, this is the interface. It gives you 7 options. All these options are equally applicable. So you can try to achieve as many certificates as you can and upload them under certain options and categories. The very first category is globally recognized industry certification and social certification. If you have gained or achieved any certification from any industry, be it any Google certification, maybe MCTS, maybe TCS, Cisco, Network Plus, CompTIA, ITIL, Security Plus, MCSC, or any other institution or any other industrial body which is applicable or relevant to your field, you can upload that certification under this globally recognized certification category. And if you have any social certification, for example, maybe any CSR certificate, NCC ABC certificate, or NSS ABC certificate, you can upload that in this category. The next category is MOOCs. MOOCs are considered both proctored and non-proctored. Proctored means for which you have appeared in the exam, and non-proctored for which you just complete and you got the participation certificate. There are certain marks for them. In MOOCs, you can take any course on Coursera, you can take any course on NAPTEL, Swayam, LinkedIn Learning, Stanford Online, Canvas Network, etc. There are many. So here there is also a category of summer and winter training. Why summer and winter training? Because students who have taken summer and winter training generally have a better understanding of the subject matter. They perform better in their exams and they have polished time management and organizational skills. This is the reason that we have considered it as a different category. So if you have taken any internship, summer training, you can upload that certificate. If you haven't taken it so far, well, you can take it now and upload that later. Next is your live projects and local engagement. You must understand that what are local engagements and live projects. Local engagements are the programs and projects which involve communities. Well, these communities can be actively pursued by LPU students, right? And maybe any body that you have worked with, you have local engagement, you have engaged yourself with the community services. You can upload that project, you can upload that certificate over here. And if you have taken any live project, live projects are actually the part of your curriculum too. So if you have completed them, you are successful in those live projects, please upload that certificate or the relevant document of that live project under this category. The next is your participation in competition, event, symposium, seminar, or hackathon. Well, if you have gained any winner certification, any participation certificate, or you volunteered for these events and you got a certificate for that, please upload that in this category. Last but not the least, competitive exams. If you have cracked GATE, NET, CTET, GRE, TOEFL, PTE, IELTS, GPAT, GMAT, CAT, JAM, SEER, etc., or any other certificate, any other competitive exam, then you can upload that under this category. Now, what are the ways to elevate your rank? There are so many students who ask us, can put queries that their CGPA is quite high, but still their rank is quite low. Well, there may be these causes that you can see on screen. If you want to elevate your rank, please check that you have appeared and successfully cracked your all leveled test and practice test. If you get any notification of OAS level practice, hit bullseye, My Perfectis, or any other exam, please clear that as soon as possible, because the score is automatically added into your practice test platforms, into that practice test interface, and then your student rank will automatically increase. Next is appear in skilled assessments. If you get any notification on CoCubes, Mercer Metal, MCAT, OAS, as I've already mentioned that this is a biannual leveled practice test conducted by CPE. Well, if you get any notification, you haven't completed it, or you have been ignoring these notifications, these messages, then it's the time that you must pay attention to them and crack them as soon as possible, because they are going to add value into your student rank and will uplift your student rank. Next one is work on your skill set. Maybe you have appeared in all your leveled practice tests. Maybe you have appeared in all the skilled assessments, but you haven't done anything about skill set. Then this is a time that you take any MOOC course, or you should participate more in events and competitions in which you get certificates. Maybe you should work on achieving your industry certification, training, or achieve any social certification. Remember, the components of skill set interface are interdependent, because they have effects not only in the skill set category, but they have academic benefits too. Well, if you want to know more about academic benefits, you can scan this QR code, because this QR code is a pathway to a document which will tell you that how certain skill set options, for example, competitive exams, maybe you have received or you have achieved 8 bands in IELTS. If you have achieved 8 bands in IELTS, then of course it will add value into your skill set, but it is also going to add value into your verbal ability, that is your PEL and PEV courses. It's going to upgrade and uplift your score in PEL and PEV. Similarly, if you have cracked GRE, then GRE has questions on analytical skills too, right? So GRE has triple value, not only in skill set, but it will also upgrade your score in PEL and in other analytical skills related courses or subjects. Okay, so if you want to know more, I would recommend you to please scan this QR code, and it contains all the detailed information that how certain competitive exams, how certain categories in skill set interface actually add multiple values and multiple values in your student ranking and in your academic profile too. So there are multiple perks associated with them. So today, make sure you check your student rank and just work on these markers, not only academics, but on the other markers too. Thank you so much. All the very best.